Today we're gonna use Luma to create cool animations with images. By the end of this video, you're gonna learn how to create animations like this with Luma and with using image to image. I'm just gonna enter to the platform. The first step will be making a new board. I'm going to put the first frame and the second frame as well. I'm just going to describe it. Camera move right. So we're gonna go from the first frame to the second frame, moving the camera to the right. And be sure that you're using the newest model, that is Ray 2. We're gonna choose if we want to do one video or two videos. I'm going to make two videos. And we can choose also like the final resolution. I'm going to put 720p because I want it to be like low resolution now that I'm just doing like storyboarding. If I liked any of that, I'm just going to upscale it. This way it works a little bit faster, I've noticed. So I'm just going to hit start and it's going to be creating those videos. And while it's working with that, I'm just going to grab another one. And I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to just on this another one. And now I'm just going to move the camera in a zoom in. So now we're just going to do a push in and transition to a second keyframe. So we now have the first result, and it didn't do a very good job. It's just like very small movements. Sometimes you need to prompt a little bit more. This is more interesting. Now we can see some images floating around and like doing interesting transition movements. Like I see this hand, and this is like getting a little bit better. Perhaps I didn't do the correct prompt. I'm just going to keep trying. Now this is more interesting too. It created some kind of motion with this animation. It's interesting, but it's not what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to try another prompt. I'm going to use another image as well. So we're gonna do it again and see what it does. We have another frame that we're going to check. And now it's doing like what I asked, that it was a kind of transition between the two images. It's still not quite what I'm looking for because I already did some images and this is more interesting. And this one's also interesting. I think this is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna try again with this prompt that I use here. It's a dynamic cyberpunk sequence weaving together the gritty urban chaos and noir elements from start to the frames into a seamless transition for your series. I'm going to use that prompt now. And I'm going to paste the other prompt that I used before. So let's see what it does now. And I'm going to simply animate one, maybe this one. I'm going to do a zoom out. I did a very simple prompt now. Notice how Luma, when you use text, more text, it can change some of the adjectives or some of the words that we can use. Like for example, I can choose another style or create another setting. Also, we can change the aesthetics and the transitions. So we're gonna try with another ones, like a fragmented overlay, and let's see what it already did. And this is a very interesting one because it managed to do some scenes. It might be that there are just a lot of images in there, so we're gonna try to do the animations only with one image, and but we're going to see the next ones. And I kind of like this because it's more descriptive and everything it changes differently. I mean, I could use this one. I really liked it. And this is a bit more like storyboard kind of thing. Now this is a little bit more interesting, and it kind of did its own thing because I didn't have this sequence, but like it like kind of created it based on what it saw. Now I'm going to use a new tool that you can now create audio with Luma, and you can just like put a description like dark, gritty, noir, cyberpunk atmosphere. And let's create the audio, and let's see this result. And this is getting a little bit more interesting. Now it rearranged the images into a kind of a montage, and still a bit raw, so I think it can do a better job. So let's just wait till we see the iterations. Remember, you have to iterate a lot sometimes, but it's part of learning how to use this tool. If you like this tool and you would like to subscribe, use the link below, and you will be helping the channel and help me to create more content like this. You can also subscribe or buy some merch. I'm going to be announcing how to buy merch. Let's see the other animation. This is kind of a loop, and it looks interesting. So let's see what it did now, and this is more interesting. This has that vibe of the montage, so I kind of like it because I could put the credits there. This is also interesting because it has characters and movements, and I think it looks kind of cool. Let's just change into another type of rotation or animation. This is more of what I was kind of looking. Now you can see that it's not so easy to create interesting stuff. It's just like you have to iterate a lot. If you give too much information to the AI, it's just like, I think it kind of like goes nuts. I'm just gonna put like a crazy FPV drone zooming to the images in a holographic matter, and to see what it creates. As you can see, this is way more dynamic. It's not so still, and I think it because it understands better the images. And this is more like a montage in a Ken Burns, but I kind of like this one because it has movement in different shapes and situations. And we can also do the audio for this one. Now let's see the second result. And this is a bit more traditional. I kind of like it too. And let's check the second one. And I think this is kind of cool. I can also work with this. And let's just extend this video a little bit more. Now we're just gonna use a very symbolic image. I'm just gonna do like a crazy transition, and let's see what it already did. And it looks very good. It's very similar to what we just did. And now we're gonna put music to one of these. I sometimes I just like leave the Dream Machine to do whatever it wants, and it's kind of interesting in this moment. Let's see what it did now. I mean, that's kind of interesting. This is the other take, and this is more interesting because it took the image from the background and brought it to the forefront, and it's a bit more creative. And we can also like create the audio. And the other one, it's kind of trippy, but it's not what I'm looking for exactly, but it's kind of interesting.